Good Thursday evening, Southeast Texas. Hope you're doing well. The weather is really going to cooperate through the next several days if you have any outdoor activities planned. We're going to take the next 10 minutes and give you a detailed look at your 7-day forecast, look how thin those clouds are. There's not a lot of vertical build. You don't see them like cotton balls. They're a little thicker over towards Lake Charles. As you can see, this view courtesy of Market Basket and ProRoof. I should say that see, those are strato Q. Yeah, just low level moisture. The air above that cumulus is dry, so that's why it's hard to make tall clouds, which could bring us rain. So that's why we always look at moisture moving into an area at different levels. It's not just the low levels of the atmosphere. This is part of the Roofing 911 Skycam network. A reminder, live radar 24/7 available to you, streaming on Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV. Download today. And your weather headlines, some patchy fog in the morning, and then it looks like a warm, humid, dry Friday, and we could tie the record, which is 85 here at Beaumont at least, set back in 2020. Cold front comes in rain-free Friday night, and that'll knock temperatures down a bit over the weekend. We'll see cool morning lows and fairly pleasantly warm afternoons with maybe a little lower humidity. And then with any luck, we may see scattered showers and storms return to the forecast next Thursday. In your aches and pains forecast, it's going to go up over the weekend as we follow surface pressure. High pressure will be moving in after that front comes across and moves through our area Friday night. And so with higher pressure, you may feel that knee giving you some problems coming up this weekend. Otherwise, in your allergy report, again, not much has changed on that. Very high levels of oak pollen out there. Grass pollen is lower. However, mold is higher than it was this time yesterday. All right, the drought monitor. This is updated weekly, and it is now showing all of Hardin County, much of Jefferson, including China, back over to Beaumont, as you can see, under an extreme level 4 drought that extends over towards southern sections, central and southern sections of Tyler County. So there's your levels, and the legend, an extreme level 4 drought now occurring over Hardin County. As far as burn bans, Hardin County does not have a burn ban from my sources, but Tyler, Jasper, and Newton counties do, and I expect more of those to increase. Tomorrow, it looks like low threat from fire danger across southeast Texas, which is some good news. Now, as far as rain chances, I don't really expect anything through Monday. Tuesday, Wednesday, we may get a sprinkle here or there, but Thursday, we think is going to be our best chance of rain and thunderstorm activity we've seen in probably weeks. I'm not going to go as wet as the European, which has 100% coverage of rain and thunderstorms next Thursday. I'll go a 30% coverage because some of the other models are showing those lower chances, but I think 30% is pretty good for where we are right now. That's 7 days out to work on that forecast, but again, only the European is showing that 100% coverage next weekend, so we're going to ignore that. For tomorrow, 85 would be a tie for the record. Then the cold front comes through and will knock temperatures down a few degrees, closer to normal for a change Saturday, and right back up above normal high temperatures. Nothing record breaking, but certainly above normal as we head through much of next week. Low cloudiness, we're looking at mostly sunny skies out there, mid-70s triangle, about 80 up in the lakes area in the Pro Roofing Concepts satellite and radar loop across the state. We're some of the coolest weather right now, closer to 100 up towards Presidio and Amarillo, low to mid-90s over towards southwest Texas, mid to upper 80s in through I-35. Mostly clear skies across the state. High pressure in charge of the state's weather. As you can see, it's weak, but notice all this yellow. Look at your scale. Look how dry in the mid and upper levels of the atmosphere. When you don't have moisture, it's hard to make clouds and hard to make shower and thunderstorm activity. So water vapor is showing lots of dry air just above our heads. Now, this is going to move off to the east and weaken, and we'll start seeing the southwest flow develop across parts of the U.S., and that will start dragging in troughs of low pressure and also the chance of shower and thunderstorm activity. So as we take a look at Futurecast tonight, we expect temperatures to drop into the low to mid 60s as fog and low cloudiness reform across the area. Then tomorrow, with any luck, we should see mostly sunny to partly cloudy skies across southeast Texas with highs in the mid-80s from I-10 north, cooler closer to the coastline tomorrow. On the Gulf, looking at slightly choppy seas around 2 feet in your coastal marine forecast. A south wind is expected at 5 to 10 knots, water temperature 76. One high tide tomorrow at Sabine Pass at 2:04 p.m. Our forecast tonight, mostly cloudy, some patchy fog. Lows will be in the low to mid 60s with light south winds. Tomorrow, south and southeast winds are expected. So from about I-10 northwards, we should be into the mid 80s, lower 80s down over towards LaBelle, Winnie, Fannette, Mid-County. Taking a look at your weather impact 7-day forecast. So after a warm day Friday, we are expecting that cold front to come through our area. Notice the lack of any precipitation with it. Dry frontal passage tomorrow. After that, the weekend looks cooler. Those lows will be in the 50s and the highs will be in the mid to upper 70s to around 80 degrees across southeast Texas. So then we'll focus on slightly cooler temperatures coming up this weekend. Looks like Sunday will be the coldest morning. Could get into the upper 40s lakes, low to mid 50s in the triangle. And that's 54, I believe, is our normal low. So that's about normal for this time of year. Moisture will start, high pressure moves away, and we'll start seeing moisture return to our area Monday into Tuesday. And then with any luck, Wednesday and Thursday, look how moisture, this is not rain, this is moisture in the atmosphere, starts piling up across our neck of the woods as we work on into Thursday with an approaching trough of low pressure, maybe a stalling front. That could give us some badly needed rainfall across southeast Texas as we work on into, say, Thursday of next week. And that is your weather impact 7-day forecasts. I'm going to take a break here and show you why we're seeing this pattern change. I forgot to activate this particular scene in my show. I apologize. But what you're going to see when I am able to bring this up is that we have seen plentiful high pressure over the state for the last several days, and that really for the last week it seems like. As we put this in motion, you can see it's our 7-day forecast. Okay, so you know the forecast. We've had high pressure over the state for a week. Now look at what happens. That high weakens. This is the jet stream, and look at the disturbance coming in Tuesday. So I don't want to go with no rain in the forecast. It just doesn't look like it's going to be anything significant. But notice the storm track gets a little closer to us. Look at the reds. These disturbances coming through. Yes, they're north of the area, but we start getting some diffluence or stronger winds aloft, and that hopefully will start dragging in moisture coming out of the Pacific across Texas instead of having high pressure on top of us. Also notice the trough of low pressure moving into the Pacific Northwest. This is next Thursday, the 2nd. So things are looking a little better as we head towards maybe late next week for the production of shower and thunderstorm activity. So next week we may be closer to normal across southeast Texas, the week following, I should say, the first week of April, as you can see. So at this point, it looks like near record high temperatures tomorrow after maybe some fog in the morning. That cold front comes through. And then for the weekend, those lows back into the 50s and highs in the mid to upper 70s, or maybe around 80 degrees by Sunday. High pressure moves away.